Hello and welcome to Derek McGuire's Week 14 coding assignment. This week we were introduced to React, and the assignment was to start a CRUD app in React, create, read, update, and delete. And this week we haven't learned state yet. We've just learned the basics, and so it is not quite dynamic, but this is the app itself right here. I chose to do the shopping cart, have an online store. At the top here we have categories. You can select the icons, meat, veggies, dairy. This is mocking up the sale items. You can click add to cart, remove item from cart. Your cart is on the right here in this horizontal column, or vertical column, categories are up here in a horizontal, and sale items are intended to stack horizontally and then cascade vertically. And this is running npm run dev through Vite. And actually, if I go up here, do the console, you can see, I'm not sure exactly what this JSON parse error is, and a quick Google search didn't give me back an exact match, but it's not really stopping anything. I think it has to do with the React developer tools, because I use Safari, which is right here, by the way. And but this is, you can see that the HTML has been rendered, and you have all these elements created, and I'll show you that in a second here. But this is the console. Vite is running. Here are the React developer tools, and so let me just make this work here. You can see things like, let's focus on the categories, for example. So I have the categories, and you can see I click on categories. You can see which one's highlighting there, hopefully. You can look at the props that are given. This category button goes into categories, goes into app, goes into main, goes into the index.html, where essentially a document object model on a div calls the root ID and populates everything using JSX. So perhaps, yeah. So anyway, here's the output, and just refreshing again to show. So let's start at the main. I got the comments here. Code is on GitHub, but you import app, React, and React DOM. I've also got the Bootstrap in here as well. And down here is the function. You can see app looks like an HTML, but it's JSX. You've got the TSX file, which is JSX with TypeScript. So going into, look at index here real quick. I could just show the div with the root, and I have my script tag for the React Dev Tools. So I'm going to close those, but here's app is basically where everything happens. This is where you plug in your components. And the big thing this week, it was components, JSX, doing lists in React, using props. So let's dig down into categories. And basically this all works the same way, but categories. So app here calls categories. Categories, TSX file, it imports the images from the assets to use the icons. And here we have the category button component, which calls these props. The props are technically passed down. And down here in the category props, we have the type, declaring a type. Function category button takes the props, passes them back up, goes to categories, goes to app, goes to main, goes to index. And basically the same thing happens with your different components. It's like a tree-like structure, very similar to the DOM, document object model. JSX renders into the virtual DOM, then it goes into the actual DOM, and that is the power of React. So, wish I had more time, but that's a quick breakdown. And thank you so much. Happy shopping. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your week. Have a great week.